So hey guys, it's Post Games here. I just want to do a little thing before the episode starts, just to explain a couple things. First off, thank you guys so much for the great response to the first episode. It was easily the best first 24 hours in channel history. So thank you guys so much for that. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the series as much as you enjoyed the first episode. And just a couple other things. This episode is actually would have been the third. The second episode ended up having to get deleted due to some audio issues, which this episode also has a few. It might end up seeming a little choppy, sentences kind of just ending with some parts missing that you might not expect to be missing, just due to audio issues that I am hopefully going to fix for the future. So I apologize for that, and I hope it doesn't turn you guys off too much for watching the whole episode, and I'll pass you off to me in the past. Hello everybody, it's Post Games here. Welcome back to EU4, Qara Qoyunlu. We actually have a friend in the Great Horde. Losing the recording, having to get rid of the recording for the second episode due to some audio issues. So I'll just give you an update on what happened. Of course, we have now two friends due to the fact that our version of Islam, the Ismaili, we have less people that hate us, so we can have more friends, which is always good. And nothing outside of that. We fought the rebels in Iraq and also in Armenia. Is that Armenia? Albania. This is Armenia. I sound so dumb right now. Yes, Armenian rebels, and we are now just about to attack this nation. I'm not going to try to say its name because I'll still probably screw it up. So we were just about to, and also, look at this general. Look at this dude. 5 shock at this point is just amazing. He'll just shred through everybody, and we are going to watch that happen right now. As this poor, deep, pretty good general, our enemies have a good general, but it's just that it's not enough. It's not enough. Look at that casualty difference. And then we're just going to take this army and we're going to march it down to our other enemies after we get permission to walk through these guys' lands. And then we're going to kill them. And that'll be it. That'll be the war. Also, let's pick up this claim before Georgia takes this or any of this and forces us to have to spend more. There's a few other things. They're allied with the Ottomans now, so that's kind of no longer an expansion path. We could go after Qoyunlu, which might be our way to getting some of Shirvan's land, maybe weakening them enough that their friends don't like them anymore. That is the only thing we can pretty much do to them, because they decided to ally all of the strong people. Shame on them. Look at that. Qoyunlu and Ajam, maybe one at a time, but I can't fight both of them. Actually, Qoyunlu is surprisingly very weak. It probably... they don't even have that bad of development. So I'm not even sure why they only have 3,000 troops. Not my problem. I know the Timurids are still having incredibly large amounts of problems, which is good and bad. Like, I'm not a big hater of the Timurids because they are a potential ally. They tend to like us. So the moment that they can get their stuff figured out, we can maybe get an alliance with them. But, oh yeah, I guess we can just get rid of our access here. And just wait. Alright, so I decided to come back with this nice one. Not only does it give us automatically it's just a great thing. I've never, like, typically when you've got stuff like this where you'd think a military divided would always be bad, but apparently you get only good options. And this one, siege ability for, what is that, 15 years? Whew! 15 years of better siege ability, plus this shock general. We have to just invade countries. At this point, it's not even an option. We just have to. Who you allied with? Nogai and Shirvan. That's a little overpowered. You jerk. Now I really need that alliance with the Timurids. Darn it. Anybody want to be my friend at all? Who hates Nogai? Do you want to be my friend? No. Do you want to be my friend? Definitely not. Oh, you're a vassal of the Timurids? Huh. I didn't know that. Because they always end up being quite big. So it must be a more often thing that Transoxania, I'm going to stick with that, becomes independent. But boom, let's pick up those war reps, that free cash money, send the boys home, and prepare for our inevitable invasion of Georgia. Also, I did not realize for the longest time that Karabakh is Coptic. I would change their religion, but then it would just make them hate us, like, a lot. They're not fans. And they'd hate us forever. And I dislike that? 100%. It seems really weird on how long they will hate you for. But they surrendered. I'm actually going to give this to Karabakh because I don't actually need it. And take a bunch of their cash money. Of course, I can't take war reps from a country that doesn't exist anymore. But we will move these armies north. I'm going to unmothball you, only you, so that this will have a full garrison by the time we go to war. Also, these guys are pretty close to popping. Because they've got this weird unrest thing, which means we might have to wait to fight the Georgians for just a couple of years. Send our troops down there. Either they pop or we hit 1455 and then this will go away. This will go down by a bunch. This will disappear. And then we just kind of sit troops on Watsit for like a few months and then we can mostly not worry about it, I think. Okay, this will be... Okay, we're officially over 53% on our total religious unity. Because we got most of the north part of the country figured out. And that's where some of our development is. We need to get Baghdad at some point. That should be a big one. Mosul, the longest, just because screw me. Couldn't have it any easier than that. Oh, Great Horde is expanding south. Okay. Makes them closer to us. They're going to need to because Muscovy's going to be coming. What did we do here that you no longer like us? Oh, it's the mysticism. Yeah, they're not a big fan of the mysticism, which increases national unrest, unfortunately. But we need it. We need the high mysticism so we can get this fast conversion rates. That's the word. I just can't speak English today, can I? We're getting close to Georgia here, and these guys just don't seem to want to progress. But it's at the point where I know, like, for sure, if I started a war, the war exhaustion would cause them to pop. Guarantee it. It happens every time you get in this stupid limbo. It's the worst. And let me pick up that last claim. There we go. So now, it's just kind of waiting for these separatists to decide what they're going to do. Alright, so during that break of about 2 years, a few things happened. The rebels decided to do nothing, so we're just going to sit on them for a second and kind of get rid of them here. Emirati invaded Georgia and is somehow winning, even though it's a 2v1 here. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention. Our friend is kind of getting their butts kicked because they're trying to attempt, I guess, to defend their ally here from both of these nations invading it and their friends. It's also going to get its butt kicked because they are at war with the Ottomans. We choose very impressive friends. So we got some things we can do here. Some government changes. Oh yes, we're a tribal federation. Interesting. So we can get martial society or civil society, and for sure civil society in our situation. That minus yearly corruption is going to be so good. We won't pretty much ever have to pay for corruption, like rooting out corruption, which is just good for money. I like money. Money's good. Yeah, and that's going down. What are you doing here? We might have to worry about these guys. I'm not incredibly worried, because as soon as this missionary's done, it's going to be done. So, as long as it doesn't just decide to blitz, we're alright. But yeah, I still gotta wait for this to end. Oh, that explains why Emirati's winning, because they keep fighting them in two separate armies instead of working together. I love the AI. Yeah, that really sucks. The stupid separatists down here screwed up our chance to invade Georgia before anyone else did and take all their land. But looks like we're gonna have to fight Georgia and then fight Emirati to get all the land that I hope to get from them. Sucks to suck, I guess. Actually, let's just check something here. How's trade doing? Because we're pushing a lot into Persia here. So we better be making a decent amount, and we're not just making other countries' money, because that would be pretty meh. We do have a decent amount of cash. I want to spend it on like a mosque or something, especially this one. That one, ooh, Tabriz is going to be like such a good mosque. But also, I don't know how long this war is going to be, because it depends on how it goes. But Georgia and Trebizond have 4 forts together, which is just too many. Because we're just going to have to sit there and spend years and years and years sieging them, taking attrition, hemorrhaging cash. So we're going to have to think about that whenever that happens. Okay, Dokadir is ended. Ottomans are friends with Ramazan. That seems like a terrible idea for Ramazan. They're just going to backstab you and you're going to die. I can predict it because it happens every game. Alright, this war is pretty much over. They're going to unoccupy that. They're going to occupy that. GG. Georgia dies because they can't work together with their only ally. That is kind of sad. Okay, so they ended up winning. They ended up sieging that province, which I think its name just changed. Which means our little buddy here didn't lose anything, which is perfect. Keep them strong. How's our buddy in the Golden Horde doing? Not so well. Mushasha wants 17 ducats in exchange for favors. I'm assuming that's because you're in debt, so I'm going to help you out just because you're my buddy, and I don't want you to be in trouble. Us Ismaili boys gotta stick together here. Since I think we're pretty much the only ones. Oh, we got another guy down here who's chilling with us. I do find it interesting that the different whatever these are called. What are they called here? Schools. The different schools of Islam seem to be pretty geographically placed, because look at all of these countries follow the exact same one. And then we got this one kind of in here. There was more, but then it seems some of them died. Lots of light blue, dark blue in this area. All these guys are light blue. So it all seems to be pretty geographically based. And of course we're just part of the loner club with like 2 other nations. But since you haven't really had an exciting war yet, here we do. I'll have mercy. And lucky thing is that now we only have to siege 3 instead of 4, which I guess is an advantage. I'm only thinking about taking... We're not fully annexing them. That is for sure. We might just take these 2 here. So I'm going to leave things off here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below. Drop a comment. Say anything you want. And if you do want, do yourself a favor and me a favor. Turn that little red subscribe button down below into a gray subscribe button by clicking on it. And of course, there's a notification bell for if you guys ever want to be notified when new uploads or anything else happens here on the channel. And you guys have a really good rest of your day.